G'day guys, Josh here now for the second part of... Yeah, that was interesting. There's people killing stuff in the background, but second part for the state of our economy. And let's just check into this process, okay? A lot more calmer, a lot more better, or a lot more calmer actually as well than the usual. Now just going to check in quite quickly as well because, this is really awesome where it doesn't show up, but let's just check everything, how it's going at the moment with our little pet Nessie. Going to go in and go check the AH. And we're going to see how everything is at the moment. So first off, we're going to check the shard market. Shard market is everyone's favorite market. Everyone gets rich with the shard market. And as you're starting to see here, I'm going to say here right now is that the honor shard pouches are actually starting to get a bit more expensive. Now, last time I saw these were 30G per hit. And these were a bit less, and these were a bit less. Now, the reason why that these prices are starting to climb up is that a lot of people have been speculating that the honor shard prices go higher and higher and higher and higher per hone, and they go higher and higher and higher to upgrade. So it is going to get a lot more expensive, and if you're going to stockpile these pouches, I'm going to tell you right now, you want to stockpile these now, I'm going to say, because you may need them in the future for your own honing, or you may want to sell them at a higher price potentially as well. If that's the case, this is a very, very long-term investment, I'm going to say, and it's obviously a gamble whether it's going to pay off or not. Because you never know, they could introduce more honor shard pouches and completely do away with that honing, hurdle to begin with. So that's the first thing you're going to look at as well. That could occur. Now, I've been stockpiling mine at the moment, just in case it does occur, so I can get, honor shards on the cheap without actually having to go in. I've also been buying some myself, like not too much, only probably about a few smalls, a few mediums, and that's pretty much it. I haven't gone too much into it because A, as you guys can see here, I've got low gold, so I need to keep gold to keep myself afloat as well. Some people may have gone more into it. I guess right now probably not a good idea to keep buying these honor pouches. I'd say just store them that you get from rifts and then sell everything else that you got as per usual. And you can sell some of the greater honor leap stones as well. However, if you've got multiple characters at 1370 that are just generating non-stop, gold from abyss and stuff like that, maybe you don't need to have to do this at the moment. Now, checking out harmony shards, life shards, they're still going good at prices at the moment. As you can see here, life shards well ahead of harmony shards once again. And this is mainly due to the fact that life shards are a lot harder to get than harmony shards. Harmony shards you can get from legendary Rondell and legendary Northern maps very cheaply, these ones. And they cost about, let's say, 750 rifts, and you can both get Rondell and you can get Northern. And that's the yours done for the week. Life shards a bit harder because you can only get Yawn, and you can only get Phaeton. Phaeton costs 1,000 rift pieces, and I think Yawn costs about 750. So it's 1.7k versus 750. So in the end, it's probably more better to get the two Harmony Shard ones out of the way, being Rondell and Northern, and then getting one of the Yawn or Phaeton out of the way to get the Life Shards out the way as well. Now, but you should be doing these every week, because you can get enough rift pieces every week from the tier 3, which you should be doing Southern, to get these through. Some people have been doing tier 2 and tier 1 maps to get a legendary from the AH, but I'm going to say I think a lot of people have clued up on that as well, and it's probably not worth it in the end. It's probably, you're better off actually just getting it from the rift pieces instead. Now let's take a look at the leap stones. Leap stone market, I'm going to say, is probably crashed. Harmony still the same. Greater honor leap stones have been under 100G for the first time in ever, since I've ever reported on this. And then honor leap stones, I'm going to say, they're still a bit more expensive. I'm actually surprised by this, that it's actually cheaper to get a greater honor leap stone than to actually combine 5 honor leap stones together. And funny enough, this actually led to an issue where it actually might not be worth going to the Mario store to actually get these leap stones anymore. Now, life and harmony have gone slightly up, but it's still pretty cheap in the end of the day, still relatively cheap. Now let's go to the stone market. You can see here, Guardian Stone's gone down to 3G. Guardian Stone Crystals went to 8G per 10, now to 5G per 10. Basically, these markets have collapsed because it's becoming a new issue. How we said honing issues previously was it was more the light, it was more the mats at the start and the leap stones at the start, and towards the end actually got to be life shards and stuff like that. It's actually coming to life here again, where it's actually not the crystals that are becoming the issues as people get more and more ults and stuff like that. It's actually becoming more of the honor shards issue. Previously, honor shards weren't an issue. People had basically 200k honor shards that were sitting there doing nothing because they didn't have anything to spend it on. Now the upgrades beyond 20 are like 60k, 80k per one, and people are gonna have big issues trying to upgrade their piece of gear over basically. I also got destruction stones. I wouldn't be surprised if this one is expensive because you still require a lot of destruction stones. As you can see here, destruction stones have gone down 7g per 10 as well, and this is only 4g per 10. And fragments are still 1. They're never going to increase in price overall. You know, it's never going to happen because they're so easily gotten. There's a lot of bound mats you can do. You can get halfway through Rondell by doing a speed run to tier 3. Same with speed run to tier 2, but towards the end, which is I think it's a 1060 1100 area, it's very difficult for people who don't have the stronghold honing buff to get over the line in the end. Now you can see here basically everything's pretty awesome. Now I want to actually give you guys something here to think about here. This has actually piqued my interest, and you'd be a bit you'd be like, okay, you know, this is very interesting. But I was actually looking at let's just say for example an engraving effect. Let's just say take enhanced weapon for example. And this has been fairly interesting to me with the accessories. So with the accessories, there's been some really high buyouts for certain accessories. I'm actually going to get one for example for Bard, for example, which is the Awakening and Expert. This is what I found really strange, but at the same time, super interesting. Okay. So you can see here, you know, the Expert and Adrenaline is pretty cheap. But when you change this engraving effect to Desperate Salvation, for example, the prices go a bit wacky tobacky. I'm not even kidding, by the way. They go a bit wacky tobacky, and you'd be like sitting there going, whoa, what? And you want to change your combat stats to either Specialization or Swiftness. So, for example, Swiftness. But you can see here, like the buyouts for some of the items go wacky tobacky. This is one of the best in slot next you can get for 1370 until you get to relics. And look at that, 20k, 25k. Some people selling these high mats for quite a large chunk, and it might be a nice money maker if anyone receives any of these accessories as a bard or anything like that, to put these bad boys on the market and see if they'll sell to any upcoming bards or any other alts like that. So I might be keen if you've got a high level berserker, high level bard, high level sorceress, high level deathblade, high level paladin, to see if any of your accessories are very decent to sell downwards. And you could probably sell them for a large chunk as well and recover some of the gold you may have used to purchase it. So that's an interesting little tidbit there, as I know, as a bit of a little special look under the bonnet basically, is that the Argos accessories still sell quite well. People still buy them, which I was shocked at because I was like saying that I guess they're never being bought. But no, guys, look at this bid war here as well. It's absolutely crazy. Anyways, guys, that's gonna be it for State of the Economy today. I'll stay in the market. No State of the Economy. Hope you guys have a beautiful day. Wait, hold on a second. You know what I forgot? Completely forgot. Let's get back into it quickly. Okay, this is actually really embarrassing. We actually forgot to check the support mats before we actually ended the show, okay? So we'll check our solars today, okay? Let's just check the solars. Now, this is really important, okay? Because I forgot to check these. The solars have gone up at least 1.5 times, almost 2 times. Sword of Grace is at 57. Sword of Blessings have gone up from 80 to 175. And these have gone up from like 150 to 84. The honing support mats seem to be going up. Now, people may be going, oh, it's because, you know, people need more success against those tiers where it's like 10%, stuff like that. And they need to have that extra oomph. I can tell you right now, the support mats don't do anything at all for that, okay? Like, you get an extra like 1%, which is like a drop in the ocean when you got, you know, 11 out of 100 succeeding. But the reason why they're going up is that they give a lot of artesian energy. So if you dump them all in your weapon, your artesian energy goes up to like 6 or 7%, which compared to the normal 3% that you get, which means that even if you get lucky, you get the 10%, it's great. But if you get unlucky, you're ever so closer to a pity hone, therefore spending less mats. So this is why these mats have gone straight up. And also, a lot of people trying to bring up their alts from 1315, 1340 to 3070 so they can farm Argos. And basically, these have gone up crazily as well. I gotta say, if you get any of those things from the rifts, sport honing stones, whatever it is, just sell them. And this is what leading a lot of people to go back to tier 3 rifts, is because they'll get these support honing mats, which basically can give more gold, potentially. So this is why people are doing tier 3 rifts, than tier 2 and tier 1 maps, okay? So, like, for example, you'd have to spend like 20k gold, not 20k gold, you'd have to spend like 2k gold to try and get a tier 1 or tier 2 when you can go to a tier 3 map, and you might get, a k gold without spending anything. You get a map for free, basically. Because when you go into those tier 1 and tier 2, you want to be winning the secret map. If you don't win the secret map, then you did tier 1 and tier 2 for no reason, because barely anyone runs either blue or epic in tier 1. They run the top tier. But anyways, guys, that's about it. Caldi and Aurea, just they're gonna stay there forever, given the it costs 200 to make them, and also they're used for food making as well. But that's pretty much it. Like, comment, subscribe, and sorry, I completely forgot about this. I completely forgot about the support honing mats. Have a great day, guys.